When Jesus was speaking to the multitudes, he told them a parable. And that parable speaks of the seed and the sower. The seed was the word of God, and the ground, the earth, was really the human condition, the human heart. Jesus said in Matthew 13, there are 4 kinds of conditions that we need to look for. One was the wayside soil, which is hardened, which means that the human heart becomes so hardened to God's great love that the Word of God doesn't get in and really have any major impact. And then he refers to thorny soil. You can look all around and you'll see all kinds of thorns growing and various types of things that take over. Jesus said that the thorns in the ground are the cares of this world that choke out the word. When I was raised on a farm in Michigan, the thorns would come up and they would choke everything out around them, and you had to go in and dig them out. So the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke out the word of God, and the word can't bear fruit. We're all subject to this. And then he says there was the rocky soil. The rocky soil was that layer of sandstone, or a layer of rock, a shelf, that was in the landscape. And when the seed would begin to permeate the soil, and the sun would cause the seed to spring up quickly, and then what would happen is it couldn't go past the barrier, and it would be choked out and die. And that's the hardness of the soil. And there's hard hearts that just deny the reality of God. Jesus said that the good soil produced 30, 60, and 100-fold. I believe that every one of us has the potential to develop 30, 60, and 100. I was working as a young boy, for my uncle, and I've never met a man like this before or since. He had this beautiful farmland, and there's this one area for a young boy. We loved this. There was stumps, and there was all kinds of places we could hide and build forts and what have you, but not my uncle. He believed that if that soil was on the earth, it was supposed to be plowed. And I remember the time we went in and used dynamite to blow those stumps out. That's where I first saw dynamite working. And but once that land was cleared and all the stumps were gone and all the thorns, then that became productive soil. So he took a piece of land, like the human heart will say, and turned it into a near 100% yield. Not because he was smarter than the next man. He just understood soil. And Jesus is likening the soil to the human heart. Now, our heart has the cares of this world. They have hard spots in them. The thorns that choke out the Word of God. Now think of it like this. If you were to clear your heart like a piece of a 40-acre plot of ground, you could produce 30, 60, 100. You only get to the 100 when you have dealt with that which is occupying the soil. So I believe we all have the potential for 100% productivity. It's the condition of that 40 acres that determines how we get there.